80,000 tech workers gone, not in a recession, not in a crash, in just 3 months of 2026. Every company gave the same explanation. AI. The numbers are staggering. In the first quarter of 2026, tech companies announced more than 80,000 layoffs, more than the entire workforce of many Fortune 500 companies, eliminated in 90 days. Meta cut 4,000 positions. Microsoft announced 6,000. Amazon, 9,000. Oracle slashed 10,000 in a single restructuring. Atlassian and Pinterest each cut hundreds in one day. But here's what made this wave different from the 2023 correction. This time, every announcement included the same 2 words: AI efficiency. In one single week in February 2026, Meta and Microsoft together cut more than 20,000 jobs. Mark Zuckerberg called it a year of efficiency. Microsoft described it as aligning the business with AI priorities. But look at the context. Meta's AI assistant had just reached 1 billion users. Microsoft's Copilot was embedded in every Office product worldwide. These weren't struggling companies. Both were posting record profits while the announcements were being written. When you lay people off during record profits, that tells you something important. The AI wasn't replacing workers because it could do the job better. It was replacing workers because it could justify the cut. Amazon's story is different and more revealing. CEO Andy Jassy sent an internal memo in March 2026 with a stark prediction. By the end of this year, AI agents will be doing work that software engineers currently do. He wasn't talking about the distant future. He was talking about this year. Amazon began restructuring entire engineering teams around AI-assisted workflows, Fewer humans at every layer of software development. The company didn't call it a layoff. They called it a natural reduction through attrition. That's corporate language for, we're not replacing you today. We're just not replacing you tomorrow either. Here's where it gets complicated. Harvard Business Review, in a January 2026 analysis, flagged a pattern that economists had been quietly watching for months. Lisa Simon, chief economist at Revelio Labs, put it plainly. Many companies, she argued, are using AI as a pretext for restructuring they had already planned, a more palatable justification than plain cost-cutting. Because the language works, saying, we're restructuring for AI signals to Wall Street that you're forward-thinking. Saying, we need to cut labor costs to hit our Q2 targets signals something else entirely. Same decision. 2 completely different headlines. AI isn't always causing these layoffs, but in 2026, it is reliably giving companies the cover story they needed to justify them. And workers across the industry are paying the price. So, who's actually losing their jobs? The pattern is consistent. Entry-level engineers and analysts are being hit hardest. The roles AI can already approximate at scale. Customer support, data annotation, basic software testing, content moderation. These aren't senior architects. They're people 1 to 5 years into their careers. The second wave is hitting white-collar middle management, the coordination roles that AI can now route automatically. And there's a deeply human cost buried in the headlines. Thousands of H-1B visa holders, many from India, are facing a brutal double bind. When laid off, they have 60 days to find new employment or leave the country. Many are not getting 60 days' notice. Here's the twist. Not everyone believes this wave is permanent. Gartner predicts that 50% of companies currently citing AI as a reason for layoffs will begin rehiring in similar areas by 2027. Their argument: companies are consistently underestimating the human oversight that AI systems still require. The automation isn't as clean as the press releases suggest, but here's the uncomfortable reality: even if they're right, even if half of these companies do rehire RORO, the jobs they post won't look like the jobs they cut. The entry-level rungs of the career ladder are being sawed off, and they may not grow back. So, what do you do with this? The biggest risk isn't being replaced by AI tomorrow. It's entering a market where the traditional career ladder, junior roles, mentorship, learning by doing AI work, is being automated away. The skills that survive are the ones AI genuinely cannot replicate: judgment, context, trust, accountability, the ability to review AI output and know when it's dangerously wrong. Build those skills. Document your reasoning. Be the person in the room who can explain why. Because in a world where output is cheap, thinking is expensive. If you want to understand how AI is actually reshaping the economy, not the hype, the reality, subscribe. I break this down every week with data, not headlines. Next video: which AI tools are actually worth learning in 2026? I'll see you there.